projected to hit over 6 figures by the end of this month in terms of revenue. So I'm sitting here and I have to create this YouTube video, and I have to hop on a plane in a couple hours because I'm going wedding dress shopping this weekend. But as excited as I am about that, I feel like, oh my goodness, like life has just really been lifing. Like things have been hard, things haven't been going exactly the way that I want. And I feel like there's just been this like crazy toxic energy that's been around me for some time. And like, it's really, really starting to weigh on me. So I was like, what do I even want to talk about in this video, knowing that I'm really not in the mood to make it? And I'm like, I actually want to talk about that because I don't think that people are transparent enough about the fact that sometimes like this YouTube journey in the process of like actually living your life can be extremely hard and taxing on you. And ultimately, I want to talk about today how you can stay consistent even in those moments where you feel like you don't want to continue or you're just not in the mood. So if you want to learn more about how at least I'm processing this phase or this season that I'm in terms of really staying focused and staying consistent even when I'm not in the mood, then stick around. Hey everyone, it's Natasha with Subscribers to Clients, and on my channel I talk all things business, finance, and personal growth. And on this video, I really want to focus on the personal growth piece. I think for me, I am just in a season where things are just really hard. There's a lot going on in my life, and I am also very much still running a business, not just this one, but also my business recruiter channel. I'll be sure to leave that link down below if you want to check it out. Running a staffing agency, planning a wedding, like just doing all of the things. And I feel like life has just been very much lifing lately, and it's been really hard for me to be motivated to want to do YouTube videos, want to be consistent, want to go about my process, like all of these things. Like I feel like my routines are all messed up. Like there's just been a lot happening. So I want to be very transparent about like my struggle and my journey with that, and how although you may have reached a certain level of success, that at every level of success there's always going to be something. So just a little bit about my journey if you're not familiar with who I am or what I've been able to do. My name is Natasha. I've worked in corporate recruiting for pretty much most of my life, or at least working life, and then decided that I wanted to start my own recruiting agency. From starting my own recruiting agency, I decided that I then wanted to start a YouTube channel where I could teach others how to do it. I'm not the first to do this. I'm not the first to get on YouTube and talk about recruiting and staffing, but I wanted to make sure that I provided information from my perspective or my point of view in regards to my own individual journey. Since starting rather in early 2022, I've been able to grow that channel to over 3,000 subscribers. And through my digital course, I've been able to make over 6 figures as of officially this month. And I'm super duper proud of that. And, you know, I'm very humbled and blessed because honestly, that wasn't necessarily my intention in regards to starting a YouTube channel. It really was just to be sure that I was able to put information out there for others who were interested and wanting to learn more about starting a recruiting or staffing agency. But I am very humbled and very blessed by the opportunity that I have to be able to hit 6 figures, not in the traditional sense of YouTube monetization, but through using YouTube as really my sales funnel. But with that success definitely comes a lot in the background that I feel that people just don't talk about. When it comes to being able to start a YouTube channel, they always tell you that consistency is key. And if you watch any of my videos at this point, then you know that I'm a big fan of consistency. But we really don't talk about consistency in terms of those moments where you're feeling really down or there's just a lot going on in your life and you're really overwhelmed, and ultimately how you can go about making sure that you're still consistent in those moments. I think for me, more than anything else, what has really helped me or helped to drive my consistency, even when I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling right now, where I really just would rather be in bed right now and not doing absolutely anything, has been thinking about the long term. And, you know, for me, the long term is really thinking about this next phase of life that I'm about to go into in terms of being a wife, maybe potentially starting a family within a couple years, and how I really see that season of my life. I am extremely motivated and always extremely busy. And when I think about that season of my life that is to come, I do want to make sure that I'm able to be more present and more in the moment. And I feel like in order for me to be able to do that, I do have to continue to really push and grind now so that I can set myself up for that type of success later. And I'm not quite there yet. And I think that that's my sort of North Star or my guiding light in regards to why I do what I do, but then ultimately also why I continue to be consistent, even in those moments where I don't want to. And I think for you, if you're just starting out, it's important that you keep in mind that like you're gonna have those moments where you don't want to do absolutely anything. And it's important that when you're starting on this YouTube journey or your journey to create your own digital course or whatever that journey is for you, that you have some sort of guiding light or like North Star that is top of mind for you to continue to push and drive you, even in those moments where you feel like you don't want to or that you want to give up. I also think it's important to understand that ramping down or like not giving 100% is okay as well. Give what you can give. If that means you can only give 60% of yourself to your YouTube channel or even 30% of yourself to your YouTube channel, then do that. You know, it's the small things that really are important in terms of you being able to be successful in regards to your business. And those small things do add up to bigger things down the line. And I think it's important to recognize that. Like, even if today you're saying, okay, you know what, I want to start my YouTube channel, but you're not in the mood to actually get in front of a camera today and record a video. How about you just go about thinking about topics that you actually want to talk about and then figuring out maybe some talking points in regards to those topics. That small step that you made will definitely be able to help you in regards to when you actually are in the mood to then record, because now you're set up for success. Now you know the topic that you're going to talk about. Now you also have some talking points or bullet points in regards to what you're going to discuss that is associated with that topic. And even in that moment when you didn't feel like actually getting in front of a camera and recording your video, you still did something small that helped to create an opportunity for your business to be successful in the future. And I think that sometimes we don't give ourselves enough grace. And I think when it comes to this YouTube journey, it's important that you do that. You are not going to be perfect. And I still tell myself this every single day because I am like the biggest perfectionist who wants everything to be perfect. And honestly, if I had waited for perfection, I never would have started my YouTube channel. Like, never. Like, there have been so many things that have gone wrong, so many mistakes that I have made, so many learnings that have happened over the last year and a half in terms of me starting my YouTube journey. Like, if I waited for perfection, it was never going to happen. So understanding that you do not have to be perfect, and in those moments where you're just not in the mood, like, it's okay for you to take that step back and, you know, really focus on you. Because I don't even think that that's talked about enough in terms of this YouTube journey, is that sometimes you just really need to take that time to focus on you, your mental health, and making sure that you're in the right state of mind. I just think that like it's just super, super important. And I also think it's super important that you understand what your boundaries are. For me, I've always said yes. I've always been the one who like wants to take on the new thing. Like, I'm super duper like motivated and driven, and I want to make sure that I'm doing everything possible. But I recognize with doing so much that a lot of times I really don't allow myself the opportunity to be able to just like sit down and like relax or like breathe or like, you know, just really focus on myself. And I think that sometimes you get lost in this YouTube journey because you're so focused and so driven on wanting it to be successful and wanting, you know, to succeed. And, you know, if you're not seeing the results, then you get really down on yourself. And, you know, while I think that those things are normal, and I definitely like, I want you to be able to like experience those emotions, I also recognize that it's not healthy to stay within those emotions or stay in that place. And that's why I think it's super important for you to have a support system as you go through and you start your YouTube journey as well. Like, I could absolutely not do this if I did not have the support system that I have. I feel like the success that I have been able to yield so far is really a testament to that support system. So I do think that it's important that you understand really like who or what are those those elements that you can really step away from, or people that you can really step away from your YouTube channel and really dive into. And also make sure that you're doing the things that you feel are going to be helpful for you in terms of being able to get yourself out of the rut or the mindset or state that you might be in. And when I think about this, I think about like fun things, like take a step away from the business, take a step away from, you know, your ideas or your goals, just for a moment, and really start to live this thing that we call life. We only have so much time down here. I think the only thing that is 100% certain is that we are all going to die one day. And not to sound morbid, but like that is true. So I want you to make sure that you're using all of the time that you have down here on earth, like as like fulfill in the most fulfilling way that you possibly can. So make sure that you're also enjoying life and enjoying this journey, because that part is extremely important too. And I also think that it's important that you recognize that like your content is going to be so much better when you're in a positive state of mind or a better state of mind. You're going to be super intentional. You're going to notice like the little details about a topic that you want to talk about. You're going to just be so like into it in a way that you're probably not when you're in a certain mindset. So understanding that that piece is also extremely important for you too. Like you want to make sure that you're creating content out of a space that's going to be good for you, but you know, also take a moment like I did, like sort of using this as kind of my video diary right now, to be transparent with yourself about where you're at and ultimately what you're going to do in order to be able to get yourself out of that space. Now for me, as I mentioned in the beginning, I have a plane to hop on so that I can go wedding dress shopping this weekend. And you know, I'm really going to try my best to unplug from my business and all of the things that have really just caused life to be super duper hard for me at this moment, and really enjoy this moment. I hope that this is the only time in my life, knock on wood, that I'll have to wedding dress shop. So I really do want to be in that moment, because I feel like I'm not going to get this moment again. And I also haven't seen my family for a while, so maybe that's also part of it too. So I really want to make sure that I'm present. So do whatever it is that is going to be helpful for you in terms of being able to rest, recharge, and unplug, and do that as many times as you need to. But ultimately understand that it's okay to feel your feelings and it's okay to be in this state. Just make sure that you find or figure out what are those ways that are going to ultimately get you out of this phase. This YouTube journey is not easy at all by any means, and it's going to rock you, and you're going to have ups and downs. It's going to ebb and flow. You're going to see great success, and then you're going to see some lows. Like, this journey is definitely not for the faint of heart, but ultimately I want you to understand that you can do it and to push through even when it may seem like it's really, really hard. I hope you found this video to be helpful. You know, for me, I think more than anything else, I kind of use it as my video diary of what's happening in my life right now, but that's what YouTube is for, is to be transparent and hopefully to be able to help others who may be going through a similar scenario as yourself. If you're not subscribed to my channel, then be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, as well as that bell, so that you can get notified of all of my videos that do drop weekly. And I hope that I get to see you on my next video. Thanks for watching.